Welcome to How to Rock Spirit's Sun Moon Alchemy series. This audio was compiled and recorded by Dustin Cormier, a Leo Ascendant Scorpio with Sagittarius Moon, born in the year of the Metal Ram. All the possible Western Sun and Moon sign combinations can be found and learned about here. This information is for educational purposes only. I do not own any of the following content. For more astrology lectures and my own Cosmic Consciousness audio lecture series, check out How to Rock Spirit's YouTube channel, where I rap about everything from philosophy and transpersonal psychology, to psychedelic spirituality, to tantric and occult mysticism, and even to Marx and Engels and the materialist sciences. See you there! Sun in a water sign. Basically motivated by deep emotional yearnings and desires. Recharges energy through intense emotional experience and intimate involvement with people. Sun in Cancer. Experiences strength through nurturing, sensitive, mother-like qualities. Feels instinctive urge to protect one's ego. Builds inner self a nest from which it can safely radiate. Levels of vitality and creative energy depend on moods, and so are difficult to maintain. Expresses self creatively through emotions, and feels need to be recognized for sensitivity. Sense of individuality is expressed most clearly in a familiar, sheltered environment or situation. The moon sign and its element. These notes are also still from Stephen Arroyo's Chart Interpretation Handbook. The element of the moon's sign represents an attunement from the past that manifests automatically, a mode of feeling and being that one needs to be aware of in order to feel inwardly secure and at home with oneself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. By such modes of self-expression, you are satisfying a deep inner need that can give stability to your entire personality. The moon's element also shows how you react instinctively to all experiences, with what energy you spontaneously adjust yourself to the flow of life. Moon in Earth signs. Reacts to changing experiences with steadiness and stability. Feels comfortable with self when being productive and working towards goals. Moon in Taurus. Reacts slowly to any experience. Maintains stability and poise when faced with outer demands. Inner contentment comes through waiting, stillness, and relating to the world of nature. Flows into physical sensations, emotionally retaining the feeling of touching and savoring the pleasures of the moment. Inner self, slow to change. Retains habit patterns for a long time, which can result in stubbornness or laziness. Feels secure in unchanging, predictable situations and comfortable with all sensual stimuli. Emphasis on possessiveness and a deep need for security and control can inhibit emotional flow. The following information comes from Isabel Hickey's Astrology, a Cosmic Science, copyright 1992 by Isabel M. Hickey Trust. Moon in Taurus. Note that this is the exalted position of the moon, as Taurus rules Venus, the feminine essence, as does the moon. Strongly centered on material plane. Money important. Has devotion and persistence, emotions strong, much charm, beauty loving, pride and stubbornness is strong, sensitive, resourceful in difficulties, holds temper, but when they blow up, look out. Apt to be lazy, tremendous desire for security, desire nature strong, good-natured and an attractive personality, not aggressive as a rule. Fixity is not apparent on the surface. Instinctive response to all emotional impacts. In a male chart, this describes the type of feminine he attracts. She would have an attractive personality and be a loyal type of partner. Sun-Moon Alchemy. The elemental combinations of the sun sign and the moon sign. The following information comes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign Moon Sign. Copyright Charles and Susie Harvey, 1994, again in 2003. First published by Aquarian, 1994. Each sun-moon type is a combination of elements. In the following descriptions of the element combinations, please remember that the pairing can be either way around. For example, a fire-earth combination refers equally to sun-fire, moon-earth, as it does to sun-earth, moon-fire. There will be subtle differences, but the dynamic is generally the same. Earth-water combinations. Flanders and Swan sing "Mud, mud, glorious mud," and you do not have to be a hippopotamus to appreciate the qualities of mud. Think of the rich fertility of well-irrigated fields, the potter's clay on the wheel ready to be formed, the clay of bricks and tiles, or the malleable concrete which forms the basis of so much construction. This is one of the most practical, supportive, and nourishing of combinations. It combines the capacity to feel sympathy for others with a devotional determination and enterprising ability to do what needs to be done to meet others' needs. American churchman Reinhold Niebuhr, Sun in Cancer, Moon in Taurus, gives eloquent expression to this type's orientation. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. When the sun is in earth and the moon in water, the individual can readily develop a practical understanding of day-to-day life and seems to have the innate wisdom to know what is important and what is not in a situation. For this type, both practical and emotional needs make sense and should intertwine in a balanced, normal life. Consider this view of the 18th century wit Samuel Johnson, who had Sun in Virgo and Moon in Pisces. A man is in general better pleased when he has a good dinner upon his table than when his wife talks Greek. A bit dated, yes, chauvinistic indeed, but nevertheless, Johnson expresses that practical wisdom and measured sensuality of the earth-water combination. Shadow side. The earth-water individual wants both material and emotional security, and therefore usually views change and challenge as threatening. As a result, there is with this type a propensity to get stuck in the mud, and a danger of getting swamped by duty and slowed down by the inertia of possessiveness and limited viewpoint. Life is highly personal for this individual. What they can see, taste, hear, smell, and feel, and how it might affect their world, is all important to them. The larger, detached viewpoint is usually lost on them. They may need to learn how to move just a little out of their well-defined groove so that life does not become too stagnant. And like quicksand, their minds can suck them down. Relationships. The earth-water person normally finds immense satisfaction in a relationship that brings out the innate dependable, resourceful, gentle, devotional qualities of this combination. This individual feels affirmed and valued when they know they are needed and valued for their useful accomplishments. People with this combination are particularly good at serving and caring for others, and once they find their romantic niche, they get on with nurturing and nest building. Hence, they make excellent partners and tend to prefer sitting around the fire drinking hot cocoa to lots of razzle-dazzle on the town. This type helps to ground and contain the more unstable, exciting fire-air type, and there's likely to be a mutual attraction due to the striking differences. Male versus female. This is a primarily receptive, feminine combination and has all the hallmarks of the female stereotype: caring, domestic, loyal, quiet, and persevering. Both male and female of this type will tend to be introverts and can work well on their own in an artistic medium, but they could also develop a shrewd business sense and do well in the marketplace. They can employ their pragmatism and sensitivity in quiet but purposeful ways, sussing out the climate of the times and the integrity of would-be business partners. The following observations about your Sun-Moon combination are drawn from insights gained from astrologer Jefferson Anderson's book, Sun Sign, Moon Sign, an observation of many different individuals. The writing itself comes from Mantak Chia and William U. Wei's Cosmic Astrology. Copyright 2012 by North Star Trust, published by Destiny Books. Sun in Cancer, Moon in Taurus. The Smorgasbord. You are excellent at figuring out and understanding others, and you have a good degree of self-knowledge. You have tested most of the defense and escape mechanisms that Cancers tend to use, but, in the end, you depend on your own tenaciousness and wisdom as a protective cover against the difficulties in life. You utilize these to permit you to feel more secure. Even though you are thoughtful of others, you do not often follow their advice or listen to their suggestions. The Taurus moon gives you durability and determination that underlie your charm, innocence, and soft nature. You have an astuteness, strength, and assurance residing under that delicate and unsure outer layer. You almost always go around with your guard up, because you probably had a difficult time earlier in life and do not want to be taken advantage of like you were before. Adaptability is one of your strengths, but you do not lose sight of your own being. Intuition guides you in a stubborn and unrelenting fashion, and consequently, it is hard for you to give up first impressions or forget previous transgressions. You hold grudges. This part of your personality might ruin you if you do not learn to put the past behind you. There is an original approach to what you do, and you have a wonderful imagination. This can serve you for good or for ill. This is true because the same imagination can, unfortunately, cause irrational fears, doubts, and even paranoia. Be constructive with the use of your imagination, and you can succeed at nearly anything creative. A deep depression is possible if you spend too much time in your fantasy life, so you should try to stay based in reality. Criticism is hard for you to grasp because you always think you are right. Admitting you are wrong is almost impossible. Shifting the blame for something to another is easy for you, and you do it frequently. If someone disputes what you say, you can get irritable and threatened because you need to feel secure. Learning that some advice is sound and that not everyone is a threat to your security would be helpful, as would not being so vindictive. You have excellent potential for creativity because of your imagination and originality. A quick note from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign Moon Sign. Sun in Cancer, Moon in Taurus. Your greatest strengths. Powers of dedication and perseverance. Shrewd perception. Artistic imagination. Practical idealism. Belief in the worth of every individual. And a capacity to listen to others' needs. Your greatest weaknesses. Fussy, overprotective concern for your nearest and dearest. Tendency to be lazy and stubborn. Subjective prejudices. Your expectations about how others should look after you. Images for integration. A family photo album. A flourishing family business. A painter captures the taste and smell of a landscape.